YouTube, what it do? It's your boy. I'm back again for the very first time. Think of this as Real Talk 3.0. So we're going to go ahead and get into a little basketball talk. So from now on, guys, my show's going to be about sports debates. So these are going to be the kind of topics that y'all are going to hear at like the barbershop. Stuff y'all argue about at the barbershop. So in today's video, I got three guys that you should be familiar with if you follow the channel. But if you don't, let me go ahead and introduce you. First, I got my boy Daryl, man, the #1 Laker fan of all time. I know y'all heard of Clipper Daryl, but this is Laker Daryl. What up?
Yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? They need to go ahead and brand it. You know, Laker Daryl is something that needs to be branded. So I'm gonna look into that.
With a little TM at
glad
the
to be here. Glad to be here.
Already, man. And I got the two stars of the Jay and Will show on with me, guys. I got my boy Jay and my kinfolk Will. What's up, fellas?
Oh, what's up, man?
Already, fellas. Check this out. So for y'all watching, y'all know what the topic is because y'all see it posted. They don't know. I'm about to hit them cold turkey with this topic. So today's video, man, there's been a discussion that's been going on the interwebs. It's been going on for probably about a few weeks now. I'm gonna try to get these guys' opinion. It's gonna probably be some arguing, but we're about to get into it. So today's topic, we are going to talk Chris Paul. So I'm gonna ask you guys.
I'm out.
I'm gonna ask you guys a question. I got the perfect guy on with me, Jay, the biggest Chris Paul fan I know. So I got the perfect topic for you guys. Well, it's two questions. It's gonna be the second form of questions is gonna be kind of like I'm gonna ask y'all compared to some other players. But for this one, do you guys have Chris Paul as your top 5 point guard? It's a lot of quietness. I'm guessing that's a no.
Oh,
Daryl, come on. I know you got it, man. Come on. Is he top 5?
all time?
Yeah.
You're talking about since the peach basket was created and nailed up to the wall, and the first shot went in, and the first assist went out.
Is he top 5? The reason why I asked y'all this, man, because y'all watch, Fox and ESPN and all that stuff, man. Y'all been on the internet. People are really putting this dude top 5. And I'm just trying to see if this dude really is top 5. I got my opinions on it, but I just want to hear y'all opinion. Like, did anybody have him top 5?
I don't. He's outside. He's top 10, but he's outside of top 5.
I can see that. I can see that.
And the reason why I have him top 10 is because the teams, like with Phoenix, him being able to, like they were hot in the bubble last year, and then adding him to the team made him that much better, and boom, they make it to the finals. Yeah, he ended up fizzing out, but just that win percentage that every time he goes somewhere increases. So I give him top 10, but to me, not top 5.
I can see that. Jay doing a lot of thinking, man. I know you got him top 3.
I don't think he got him top 20. Top 20 will push.
Listen, is he top? Jay, is he top 50? Hey, that's why I'm here. That's why I'm here.
Is he at least in the top part before the shot clock era?
I don't know.
Oh my god.
Here's my thing, man. Like there is a misconception, and I certainly have contributed to it about how I feel about his ability to play the game of basketball. I don't think he's trash. I don't think he's bad. I don't think he is properly rated by a lot of people. I think that he is a bit overrated. I definitely think he plays dirty. I'm not gonna say he's a dirty player, but he plays dirty. So I think there's a lot of misguided representation as far as where he sits. I will say he is top 10. I mean, I'm not blind. But he is top 5. He's definitely not top 5. And, only part I'll say about what Will mentioned about how he led the Suns to the final, what you did, and, you got to give him credit for that. But the path wasn't like the hardest path in the world. I mean, just in terms of the teams were, if the teams were at full strength, certainly. Like if you played the Lakers at full strength to beat them, then you got to tip your cap off to them. If you played Denver at full strength, you got to tip your cap off to them. If you played the Clippers at full strength, you tip your cap off to them. But they weren't. Now, you still got to beat them to get to the finals, so I'll give them that. But, I mean, I think there were certainly some advantages along the way that he was able to take advantage of. So good, good for him. But when you go up 2-0 in the finals, man, it's hard for me to say you top 5 if you can't close that out.
Well, it's funny you said that, Jay, because Chris Paul has lost a 2-0 lead 4 times in his career.
Has anybody else done that by any chance?
Yeah, one other player.
Who might that be?
Blake Griffin.
He did it 3 times.
Oh, he did it 3.
I was about to say, dropped 3 times. Yeah. I was about to say, his teammate did it too, huh?
Yeah. I was gonna say they was on they probably did it together.
They could do 2 of them together.
Two of them, because the other one was Houston.
Yeah, Houston. Yeah, it was Houston. Okay. So everybody does not have Chris Paul in the top 5. The reason why I asked this too, guys, because like I said, you got a lot of people. Even before the outcome of the finals, you have a lot of people putting Chris Paul in the top 5. So it kind of had me scratching my head. So I figured I'd get you guys on to kind of get your opinion on it. So what I'm about to do,
we missing the guy that would have put him up there.
Yeah, he definitely would have.
Hey, hold on, I'm gonna get to that, y'all. So I'm gonna name off these 5 players, and y'all tell me if he's better than these 5 players. Okay, we're not gonna say Magic, because for one,
that's not fair.
It's Magic. 2, I got Daryl on with me. I ain't trying to hear him kill me. Okay,
that's fair too.
So we're gonna skip Magic. That's a given. All right. So probably we're gonna get to the guy here. Now a lot of these players too, man, like Oscar Robertson, none of us seen Oscar Robertson play. So I can't say if he's better than him or not.
He ain't. I can say
it. Right. All right. So the first player we're gonna see if he's better than him is the guy that Gerard just named off as Isaiah Thomas. Is he better than Isaiah Thomas? Now, coming into the league, that's who he was compared to. Now, for y'all watching, we're not talking about Isaiah Thomas, the guard that played with the Boston Celtics. We're talking about the Hall of Famer, top 50 all time, Isaiah Thomas.
You're talking about Zeke.
Talking about Zeke. Yes.
Yes, sir.
No, he ain't better than him.
I can't give you that one. I can't he's better than
Zeke. To be
Zeke.
fair to him, Zeke had a better team around him and a lot of runs that he made. Because I would wonder who you would say Chris Paul was on the roster on.
Okay, I'm gonna do it like this. Who's better out of Devin Booker and Joe Dumas?
I mean Devin Booker, but would Devin Booker be Devin Booker playing in the 80s?
Okay, that's not fair. It's different era.
I'm just saying, it's
because that case then. Because Joe Dumars couldn't do that what he did in this time, could he? He'll probably be Deion Waiters or somebody now.
Well, I mean, right, but I'm just saying, I don't know, bro. I think prime Joe Dumars is slept on, to be honest with you.
Well, no, I'm not saying. Look, Joe Dumars is probably one of the most. He's a Hall of Famer too, so he's an underrated basketball player as far as like what he did during his era or whatever. But just like to say that that Isaiah, because Isaiah Thomas never played with any top 50 players all time or anybody that was top echelon in the league or anything like that. You know what I mean? Like he didn't have another superstar on his team when he won those championships. Like he was the guy. You know what I mean? Like
is Devin Booker a superstar?
I mean,
yeah, he's a star, but he's on the cusp.
He's on the cusp. He's on the cusp.
Yeah,
you can't call him a superstar because he's been left off of the All-Star roster. He's been left off all-team NBA as well. And his offense be going, so it's hard to be a superstar if you're not making those spots.
Okay, what about Blake Griffin?
He's a superstar athlete, but not superstar.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I agree. But I feel like back to the Joe Dumars, Devin Booker thing, I feel like Joe was more slept on because Isaiah like really overshadowed what his full capability was. Because Joe, if you really just watch some of them old games, Joe was balling.
He was a bucket.
Yeah, he was a walking bucket. He just ended up in a backcourt with a Hall of Fame point guard.
Bucket.
So his resume is not appealing to everybody because he had a backcourt member that just was all time.
Another thing too, Joe was not flashy either.
No,
The whole Piston team wasn't really. Isaiah was the flashiest of them, but he was like just super flashy. You just that his game was something that people weren't used to. A guy that size being able to do some of the stuff that he did, where he was scoring on everybody and stuff like that, and leading that team. So it's like, yeah, Joe Dumars was very solid. You know what I'm saying? He just wasn't a flashy guy. Very good defender. He was a guy that was tasked to stick Jordan and stuff like that during them days. You know how that go. Right. But so y'all say that he's better than Zeke. I say no. Yeah,
I can't. I can't do that one.
We talking about Zeke. This dude in his prime is the only one that was able to beat Jordan, Magic, and Bird. So I mean, that right there speaks for itself. Yeah, that right there speaks for itself.
It sounds like Dirk and his run.
You said what now, Josh? Which was that? Oh, okay. I'm sorry. All right.
I knew it.
My bad.
I'm gonna log off. I'm out of here. I knew y'all was gonna do this to me.
No, I had to. Zeke and his slander towards Dirk. After Zeke and his slander towards Dirk, I had to throw that out.
You know what? You're right.
Yeah.
Zeke was hating.
Yeah. I don't know, because Zeke be flip flopping sometimes. I don't know, bro. He be flip
One
flopping.
of them Dirk games, like
he flip flopping on the whole Jordan LeBron thing. I don't know. All right, y'all. So next up is Chris Paul better than John Stockton? We'll just John Stockton.
Well, because my thing is this. Yeah, Stockton had Malone with him, so he had two top 50 all-time players right there. Mm-hmm. But the consistency that he, like, when I see Stockton, I automatically see a deep playoff run. Like, it's just automatic. It's going to be a deep playoff run. And so for Chris Paul, it's like he's just recently getting into the deep playoff runs. Like, he was basically, like, he's on the other side of his prime, but he's just now getting into the deep playoff runs, getting into, like, the late into the second round, getting to the conference finals and things. So, to me, I would go with Stockton. Like, if it was one or the other, like, I'm going with Stockton because I know he's going to be healthy in the playoffs, and he's going to make plays as well. The best ability is availability, so I'm taking Stockton.
Who you got, Jay?
I don't think this is a fair question for me because
it's fair.
He's one of my favorite players growing up.
Yeah.
And like I wore number 12 when I was playing basketball because of him. So I can't answer this question fairly.
But you know what? Stockton is probably the most underrated point guard of all time. Because when you have people who talk about the point guard list, they just, I guess because Stockton is not somebody that, like I said, with Joe Dumars, he's not flashy. Like Will said, very consistent throughout his career, man. Was a very solid, underrated defender. He's one of the best defenders ever in NBA history. He leads the league in steals, in all-time steals. Like you said, he was a guy that you can count on for, was it 18? He played for like 18 seasons or what, like that, man. And if you listen to a lot of interviews of former players, a lot of them credit Stockton as being one of the most underrated players that nobody just really talks about because he looks like somebody you see walking around a grocery store or something, get you passed by in a cereal aisle or something. So people just don't really think of Stockton when they think of some of the top point guard. Man, matter of fact, I was talking to my pops about this a couple months ago, and he was telling rattling off his top 5 point guards, and he had Stockton like number 2 or 3. I forgot which one it was, and that threw me off. I was like, "Oh, you like Stockton?" I would have thought he would have liked some, he liked Stockton and like Gary Payton guys like that. Yeah. So when he's kind of mentioned Stockton, he started telling me the stuff I was just telling y'all. Like he just like, man, look, people don't talk about Stockton, man. He don't get enough credit, and I was just like, okay. You gotta kind of give him his props, man. The boy was a bad man. He just played in an era with Jordan. Just kind of, couldn't really get over that hump.
I'm gonna say this, man. I know, John Stockton and Malone. I hated that tandem.
Yeah,
I hated them.
With a play in the playoffs,
especially in '98.
Oh yes,
I hated them.
Yes, what that Kobe 4 air balls?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So that kind of put me on the hate train, but I mean, I gotta respect it. Like that pick and roll
Woo.
was.
Couldn't do nothing with it.
Hey,
I watched them so much when I played that I tried to emulate that pick and roll. Like
Right.
whoever my guard was, I was like, "Hey, bro,
just roll off of it and you're going to slide.
just roll,
to the
hit here, hit
Yeah.
here." You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be here.
Get that
I
hip,
want that
get that
Stockton
hip.
Marone. I want that. Give me Hey,
Yeah.
but that mode was dangerous. So I just to answer the question, I can't give Chris Paul over John Stockton. I'm just gonna be honest. I can't do it. He 0 for 2 with me so far.
You know what? For me, that's a toss up, man. Because I think Will had a good point, man. The playoff runs,
Yeah.
like with Stockton, they might have started fizzling. Their playoff run started fizzling out towards the end of his career.
Right.
Compared to, like he said, with Chris Paul, it's flipped. Last few years, you're finally getting past the second round and all that stuff. I mean, for the longest, Chris Paul wasn't getting past the second round. And it's not like you said, it's not like you didn't have the teams. Because when you was playing with the Clippers, there was a few times in those playoff runs, y'all were favored to go to the Western Conference Final or to the finals or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And just couldn't never get it done. And like I said, that team, one of those teams ended up giving up a 2-0 lead to the Houston Rockets. And so that's why I'm just like, and it would be different for Chris Paul if it was just like one time this happened, or maybe two. It's been happening constantly throughout his career. It's something that's kind of to where it's like you don't show up or you careless turnover here or whatever the case is. Because getting hurt because he done it a couple times in this final. So yeah, I'm you know what, I talk myself into Stockton, man. Like I said, Stockton, bro, that dude.
He was that dude.
You can't deny the resume.
No, sir.
Yeah, that's the thing.
You know what I'm saying?
Bro.
Like you can't deny it. Like I know you talked yourself into it, but when you really sit there and think about the resume, bro, you can't. There's no comparison.
No, sir.
Like
no, it really ain't.
Next person.
All right, yeah. All right, so I don't want to do him yet. Well, you know what? We'll do this. So the next player is Stephen Curry. It should be all knows. What are we doing here?
It is.
No.
It isn't. It is no, because I'm taking Steph. Like, yeah, Steph has it one.
Hold on. Will, hold on. We got two people undecided right now. Y'all looking like y'all on the fence. What's going on?
Well, are you saying better player or better point guard?
Okay, so don't add Steph as a point guard.
Well, I'm not saying he's not, but I'm just saying.
No, I'm saying I know what you're saying. Because like technically he's like a shooting guard type point guard. So he's saying like
more of a hybrid.
He's a combo. He's
okay. I'll take him off then, bro. Let me see.
I'm not saying take him off. I'm just saying I'm just trying to clarify what your question is. Your question is
just at that position, I guess, is he? Because I ain't never think about it like that. I guess
we talking about
player
position wise.
I gotta use Chris.
Yeah, I mean, as a definition of a point guard, then I will go with Chris. But if we're talking about a better player,
it's not even close.
It's no comparison. It's still.
So would y'all say that like John Stockton is a better player than Chris Paul?
And point guard.
He's the better point guard than Chris Paul.
Okay. What about player though?
Skill for skill.
Aren't they pretty much like the same?
I would say John's probably a slightly better defender.
Oh, that's a toss up because Chris Paul's a very good defender.
He is, but he fouls though.
Right.
I knew it was coming.
All right, we'll take Steph Curry out then. Let me do the traditional point guards then. All right, so the next two then. The next one I'm gonna have up is Steve Nash.
Ooh,
that's a good one.
Two times.
That's a good one. Because you think about it, Steve Nash would have been on fire in this era. Because remember, he just didn't shoot as much as the people shoot now. Because now that you as a point guard or a ball handler, you have to be able to score or shoot or whatever. And Steve could shoot. He was part of that 40, was it 40, 90? 40, 50, 90. 40, 50, 90 club. Yeah.
He could shoot.
He said it before. Like, he beat Dan. What's his name?
D'Antoni.
Yeah, thank you. D'Antoni had said before that if he kind of know how the league was going, he would have had Steve shoot more. He could have probably put up Steph Curry numbers, man. The dude was a monster, man. As far as like his way he could score, in different varieties. One leg, he can score and lean in and all that kind of stuff. And he was a great 3-point shooter.
Yeah.
And free throw shooter. So
Yeah.
man, that's a toss up too.
We gotta get him one,
I think the hard thing for Chris is the fact that the point guards that you've said so far, like they've had success in the playoffs consistently, and then also like Nash was an MVP, 2-time MVP. Yeah, so it's like
You should have had one.
I was waiting on Daryl to
You
say
shouldn't
it.
have had two. Daryl, I agree with you on that one, bro. You should have
had
had two.
one.
I mean, yeah.
I ain't go. Well, you know what? To be fair, too, Chris Paul probably should have had him one too. Like I still think he should have won this year. Want to be honest, he should have won this year. I would have gave it to him this year.
I can see that. He actually played the games and how good the step up that Phoenix took. So I can see
One thing I can say though, Chris Paul is a better defender than Nash.
Oh yeah.
Nash
couldn't guard nobody. Yeah, Nash couldn't guard nobody.
Because
I mean,
if
we're gonna go all around full play skill wise, I honestly I'm gonna be truthful. I'm gonna go with Chris.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with CP on this one.
Like you said, if you don't add everything in, yeah.
It's a toss-up.
If we going point guard, it's gonna be kind of hard. But if we just talking about all around skill set, I'm gonna go CP.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. I'm going CP.
Okay. All right. Good. What you got? Who you got? You said you got Nash or CP?
Yeah, I got Nash. I got a two-time.
Okay. All right, guys.
No love.
And the last but not least, y'all know what I'm going to say. My favorite point guard of all time, Jason Kidd.
Next question.
Listen, the reason why I'll say him for last because you actually had people debating if he was better than Jason Kidd. I need y'all who are watching this video who've never seen Jason Kidd, go look at his resume. That's all I gotta say. One of the people who said it, man, is Jay's favorite analyst of all time, Chris Broussard. He put Chris Paul over Jay Kidd. Was talking about if Chris Paul had, like, say Chris Paul goes to LA and they win a championship, he would be in the same position as Jason Kidd, who won a championship with the Mavericks, because he was saying that Jason Kidd was a quintessential role player. Which okay, if you want to say that,
hold on, wait a minute.
Go ahead, Daryl. I was gonna say something. Go ahead.
Hold on, dog. I can't. I'm not even finna let this go down.
Listen.
No,
you are the same way I was saying. That's like, bro, you're not gonna sit here and disrespect Jason Kidd like he was just some guy that just sitting at the end of the bench or something, bro.
Did we forget about Phoenix? Did we forget about New Jersey?
Twice.
Did we forget about that?
Took a team to the finals twice.
Right.
Really, if you think about it, that team really didn't have a superstar.
Did we? Are we gonna act like Kenyon Martin, Keith Van Horn, and Kerry Kittles was the best? Are we gonna really do this?
Oh, you preaching.
You preaching, bro. You preaching. Because I said the same thing. I was like, so we just gonna disrespect all, like you just said, the New Jersey. Matter of fact, when he went to Phoenix, if you when they switched him and Stephon Marbury, they went from like 20 wins to like 50 when he got there. Which is why I had this argument with people all the time about Jason Kidd. Is why he's my favorite point guard of all time. It's like, look at what he done at every team he went to. They elevated every team. And like you said, that Phoenix Sun is a perfect example. You had Stephon Marbury, you win 20-some games. You get Jason Kidd, you go to 50. It's like, come on now. And then, like you said, who was on the New Jersey team? Keith Van Horn? Really? Does anybody watching this video know who Keith Van Horn is? Without Googling him. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on now.
I mean,
like,
you play for the Mavericks.
Come on, man. We don't talk about that, bro. We don't talk about that.
My bad.
But yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, no, Daryl, you right, bro. I agree with you, bro. I don't
understand. I'm not understanding.
Bro, listen. When he said that, it threw me off. I'm like, you supposed to be this basketball savant, and you just talking down on Jason Kidd as if like he was just some throwaway guy. I'm just like,
who's supposed to be a basketball savant?
Your favorite analyst of all time.
Okay. I thought you talking somebody else.
Mr. I got what do you say? What do you got?
He got Mark Cuban.
I got sources.
Brown.
I got the sources. Like, when he said that, bro, I was like, really, bro?
I can't believe that. I can't believe the audacity,
bro.
But
I almost swerved my car into a ditch when I heard that, bro. I was like,
the audaciousness.
Better put some respect on that man's name, dog. Put some respect on that boy's name, man.
Quick
Yeah,
question.
but
with that statement, but with the sources thing with Mark Cuban, so are we going to trust Broussard or Mark Cuban? Because we know Mark Cuban be lying too.
Neither.
It's right there in the middle. So
yeah. It's like, damn, who lying the most? Who's lying less?
Yeah.
Like,
They both lie the same.
Yeah.
Mark Cuban, like, I'm gonna drive around. I was walking. Okay.
Yeah.
I ain't even the biggest Jason Kidd fan, but I am not gonna allow this disrespect to happen,
bro.
Can I just ask one question?
All right, go ahead.
I just don't understand. I'm not understanding.
Is it really that disrespectful?
Oh, Jay, you better choose your words.
No, I don't. I mean, I'm not saying this. I'm not saying he's better. I'm just saying, is it that disrespectful to say that? Like, if somebody had that opinion, is it just like blasphemous to think that?
Not the fact that he thinks that Chris Paul is better than Jason Kidd. It's just the way he was talking, as if like Jason Kidd was just.
Because I'm saying the way D talking, D is like, this is like a travesty of justice that somebody would have the gall to say.
The reason why I feel like that, and I'm gonna explain.
Yeah.
For him to call him basically a role player is what I'm more upset about.
But he's talking about the Dallas run.
He's talking about the Dallas run. Yeah. But like I said, the way he was talking about with the role player thing is as if like Jason Kidd wasn't there. Like, you remember that year when Tracy McGrady played for the Spurs and they won that championship or whatever?
Right.
He didn't even play.
He didn't do nothing.
Yeah, literally didn't play. Like, that's kind of like how he was kind of making it seem like it's just like, really, bro?
That's
like,
disrespectful too.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Disrespectful too. Like, I mean, I know I probably blew it up, but it's just the whole more of I know what crowd I'm amongst.
Yeah.
Y'all know that Jason Kidd was more than just a glorified role player on that team.
Right.
Yeah.
Y'all know that.
Yeah.
The world knows that.
Yeah, I don't know where you got that.
We watched that team punch Miami in the face.
Yeah.
Slap. Yeah.
No, it was a closed fist. No slap.
No slap.
Bam.
Oh, you know what?
A prime LeBron.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Come on now.
It is true.
Yeah, I know, you know what I'm saying? I'm showing what the credit where it's due.
Yeah.
It's not this it ain't talked about enough for me. I'm just gonna be real.
Appreciate
It's
that.
not talked about enough for me because
wait a minute now, come on now. Like,
and LeBron plays for my team.
Yeah. Wait, fan
that.
Yeah.
Back when that happened, all my homeboys is LeBron fans.
Oh,
and
man.
They jumped from Cleveland to Miami when it happened.
Oh, I knew a few of them too, yeah.
And I was sitting there, game one. I said, y'all underestimating them. They finna hit y'all in the mouth.
Oh, yeah. You
we got it.
You talking about this.
There you go. We got it. I said, okay. I'm the only person in the house. I said, the Mavericks finna take y'all out, dog. And every time y'all came in and punched them in the face, I sat back and I laughed every game because I saw it coming.
Right.
I saw the trajectory of what y'all did from round one all the way to the finals and was like, they finna win this. Yeah. Dirk couldn't be stopped. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. And he was on a mission. And when y'all seen it just the other day, when a man is on a mission, you can't be stopped.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when they smell blood, they like right this almost at their fingertips. They right there. Like,
y'all smell blood from the time y'all stepped on the court. Like it was time.
Yep.
Hey,
it was over game two. It was over game two when they let them come back.
Yeah.
And take that lead, 13-point lead, and take it back and win that game. Like, oh yeah,
that was it. That was it.
There was one more point guard that I didn't add to that list, y'all. Shout out to my pops. I know he's gonna probably disappointed in me. GP, yeah, Gary Payton. Is he better than him?
Yes.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say yes too.
Yeah, I'm gonna say
Yeah,
yes. No disrespect to GP. That's
No.
bad dude,
Yeah.
man. Bad dude. Won't scare nobody. So yeah.
I feel like GP was more known just as a defender,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
Yeah.
You know, he could get to the basket. You know, he wasn't gonna blow you away.
Right.
But that lockdown, he wasn't called the glove for nothing. So
Yeah.
you know,
That's who Patrick Beverly think he is.
stop the video.
Yeah,
Turn
we
it
stopping
off.
the video right there.
We didn't have to bring him up.
Trash.
Yeah, why we bring him up in this? Why is his name?
Oh,
there?
so yeah,
Turn it
last
off.
person, Patrick Beverly. Not playing. So
Stop the video. I'm
You too
done.
small. You too small.
too small, sir. Too small.
You too small.
But yo, that is gonna probably do it for us here, y'all.
Oh, sorry. One quick question.
Go ahead.
Last question.
Go ahead.
Does any of this opinion change if he would have won 2 more games?
That's a good point.
If he wins the championship,
Because I thought about the other day. I don't think so.
Not with these people that not with the point guard. For me, for the point guard that you picked, no, my opinion won't change.
Because he wouldn't have won the finals MVP. He wouldn't have won the finals MVP. They won.
Well,
so.
like you got folks like Stockton who didn't win a chip. Obviously,
Yeah.
he ran to one of the GOATs, so it's tough. But he didn't win a chip. So if Chris Paul would have won, I'm just curious if y'all's opinion would be like, hey, he got one. So because he got one, that would put him over someone who wasn't able to get there or wouldn't able to win.
Nah,
that's like saying Draymond is better than Charles because he got rings.
Oh, here you go with this.
No, that's not the same. That's not the same.
Turn it off again.
Nah.
Turn it off the video again.
Any opportunity to shoot shots at Patrick Beverly and Draymond Green, we was here for it. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
But all right, y'all, that's gonna do it for us, guys. I'd like y'all to thank y'all for rocking with me on my very first Relle Talk under the very new and improved Glow Sun Sports Channel. I'd like to thank the guys on the panel with me. I thank my boy Jay. Hey, Thomas, man, trying to get you on this video, man. Definitely would like to hear his opinion on this Chris Paul thing. It's one of his favorite point guard. And that's all I want to say. That's my boy Daryl and my kinfolk Will. Guys, please like and subscribe to the channel. We would most appreciate it. Yeah, please, all of them. We are starting to grow our channel now. We appreciate the people who are following us. If you guys want to know about the other channels, all you gotta do is just click on this page, scroll on over to channels, and they're gonna have the other 2 channels right there. Go ahead and follow those too. And like I said, please comment down below. Is Chris Paul better than any of those guys? Or where do you have Chris Paul ranked in your all-time point guard list? So now, like I said, with that being said, guys, this is your boy Relle. I got my boy Jay, Will, Daryl.